Cooking with Portia. Whether I'm creating a new challenge and forcing my husband to participate, having crazy mom chat, making all types of meals for you and yours, or I want to try something new. Whatever it is, join me several times a week and let's have fun. So today we're making beef burritos from scratch. No need to order out when we can just make it at home. And it's really simple, guys. So as you can see, I'm starting off with some all-purpose flour. You want to sift it. And then you want to add vegetable oil, baking powder, salt. Don't worry. The recipe will be in the description box. It's going to be linked to my website. As you can see, I'm adding some water. Just do it a little bit at a time. Just patience is a real virtue here. Just because you don't want to pour a bunch of water in there at once, we can always work with the dry dough and add more water as opposed to a super wet dough and then you have to start all over. Not fun. So as you can see, I'm mixing it all together, and once I get it to a really good consistency, then I'm just going to knead it for a few minutes. Guys, trust me, burrito dough from scratch, tortillas from scratch, it's so worth it, okay? And so as you can see, it's really a little bit at a time. I sped up the process, but yeah. So as you can see, I am kneading it for about 2 minutes or so, 2 to 3 minutes, just to, get everything settled, get everything in place. And yeah, so I'm kneading it. And then after that, I'm going to let it rest. Now, this is not like a regular bread where you would want it to rest really for as long as possible. But no, with this, it can rest for about 20 minutes or so. And that'll be good. So once I get it to a good consistency, I let it rest. And so now I'm cutting it into sections. Now, I cut it into smaller sections, but I realized I want my burrito to be big. So yeah, I kind of eventually made enough for 6. So when you go on the recipe, you'll notice that it says for 6 because the amount that I use is for 6. I like a nice size burrito. And if you're like me, you want your burrito big, fat, and stuffed. Okay. And so after I put it into balls, now I'm rolling it out. And now, of course, if you have like a baking mat, that's always great. I do, but I didn't have time. So I just disinfected my counter and put a little flour on there. And now I am rolling it out. As you can see, I'm rolling it out to a nice consistency. You want it to get it as thin as possible because it is going to thicken up once you put it in the skillet. You want to get it as thin as possible. And as for the skillet, you want the skillet dry. You want a dry skillet. You don't have to worry about putting any type of vegetable oil or anything like that. No, you want it as dry as possible. Let the bread rise up on its own. So as you can see, I'm still rolling it to be as flat as possible. Yeah. And so now I'm making the beef. You see some onions, beef, and then you have the beans, right? I put a little tomato seasoning, tomato sauce paste, and then also some cumin, right? Salt, pepper, the works. I also made some rice, seasoned that as well. Look out for a tutorial about rice. So now it's time to load the burrito. Like I said, for a full description on how to do this, it'll just click on that link in the description box. But the key here for a perfect burrito, you can add all the fillings you like. I just put some tomatoes, beef, rice, beans, some cheese. You can add lettuce. You can add all of that. I didn't do all of that. And so you want to fold it over and then fold both sides over and then try to get it as tight as possible and flip it over. Once you do that, it is ready for consumption. Look how amazing that looks. And so, yeah, it's ready for consumption. And then that's it. Voila. You cut it in half. It's a perfect wrap and it's so tasty. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye.